Preface. Revelation 17. The Great Prostitute of Babylon. One of the 7 angels who had the 7 bowls came and said to me, "Come, I will show you the punishment of the great prostitute, who sits by many waters. With her the kings of the earth committed adultery, and the inhabitants of the earth were intoxicated with the wine of her adulteries." Then the angel carried me away in the spirit into a wilderness. There I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast that was covered with blasphemous names and had 7 heads and 10 horns. The woman was dressed in purple and scarlet, and was glittering with gold, precious stones, and pearls. She held a golden cup in her hand, filled with abominable things and the filth of her adulteries. The name written on her forehead was a mystery: Babylon the Great, the mother of prostitutes, and of the abominations of the earth. I saw that the woman was drunk with the blood of God's holy people, the blood of those who bore testimony to Jesus. This book is written in love for every Catholic brother and sister across the world. To be a Christian is to sometimes love more than your heart can withstand. If you love someone, you will always work your hardest to make them happy. But it takes true love to tell someone what they don't want to hear, even when it will make them upset. This book presents the theory that the Roman Catholic Church is the mysterious whore of Babylon from Revelation chapter 17 and 18, and presents a bulk of the evidence circulating among the eschatological community. Certainly, God did not give us all these prophecies so we could sit back and idly wait for them to come to pass. This book presents many of the strongest arguments and evidence that may in fact prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Catholicism, the largest group of Christians, is truly the ancient and mysterious great whore. To the Protestant reformers, this was not just a theory, this was life and death. Many of them, most famously Martin Luther, risked their lives and sometimes died for this theory. Sadly, this has mostly been forgotten to time, as you will never hear a sermon on Sunday morning about this incredibly important topic. But we as Christians are called to tell the truth, to shine brightly in the night, no matter how much that light burns. In his famous book on the Babylonian captivity of the Church, Martin Luther claimed to have unlocked Bible prophecy in an unprecedented manner. Not only was he claiming that the whore of Babylon is the Catholic Church, but he claimed that the entire book of Daniel was a hidden prophecy. According to this theory, the ancient Jewish people were a metaphor for the Catholic Church in our modern age. Just as the Jewish people sinned against God and went into captivity in Babylon, as recorded in the book of Daniel, so the Catholic Church has supposedly sinned against God and has gone into captivity under Satan. He presented this theory with his neck on the chopping block, and the Catholic response did not come from a place of love. Dante the poet, most famous for his work Inferno, was very familiar with this theory like so many from his time. He refers to Pope Boniface VIII as the whore of Babylon in Canto 19 of the Inferno. Shepherds like you, the evangelist, had in mind when he saw the one that sits upon the waters communicating fornication with the kings. My grandmother is Catholic and very dear to me. When she was a child, she claimed to have had a personal experience with Christ. She said that she was in a Catholic church and looked at a painting of Jesus on the wall. She said that the Jesus spoke to her and said, "I will never leave or forsake you." I truly hope that this was something that God really said to her, and that it comes true. There can be little doubt that Catholics really love God, but is that love put into action in obedience as He commanded? Although my grandmother was a devout Catholic, she was largely unaware of what Jesus actually taught. Once when my mother was growing up, she asked her if she could read the Bible, and my grandmother replied with a look of confusion on her face, "Why?" To her, and it seems many Catholics have grown dependent on their church to interpret the scriptures for them, and don't seem to want to be bothered to understand